Little Simon Petey and the Amazing Adventures of Grandpaw. Grandpaw, will you tell me a story? Why surely, little Simon Petey, which of my many tales would you like me to tell? Whichever you choose, Grandpaw, for everyone is so swell. Well, Simon Petey, once upon a time, many moons ago, I was a warrior in the army, a military man of great standing. And one day my authority informed me of a duty I was to perform in a most urgent hurry. For up on the mountain was there raging a big boar of a bear, running and scaring everyone everywhere. All throughout the town he ravaged and pounced, causing havoc and panic wherever he trampled and stomped. And I spent the whole night chasing him. Round and round I went, darting and dashing I pursued him in full sprint, and I swore I would not stop until I caught and killed him. And as he ran around in circles and rose up from the east, I lunged and jumped up and ha! I finally speared the beast. Wow, what a tale, Grandpaw! Did you ever receive a medal for your bravery? Oh no, little Simon Petey, a true hero needs no such thing. Hey, Grandpaw, did I hear you say that you saw some time out at sea? Why, yes, Simon Petey, this is true. 3 years, 1 month, and 4 days was I away on the ocean's blue. I recall that fall season long ago, sailing southwards towards the icy coasts. My shipmates and I met a wicked wind, a fierce and frightening gale, and sailed straight forward into a great whale. A famed beast named Estella, of enormous heft and length and breadth, that day her wrath it doth befell us. But with faith, me and the mates kept on along, setting forth our due course into the winds so strong. And at the southern port we then finally docked. Battered and beaten our anchor we dropped. We then wished on a star and wide we did cast, and brought forth a catch of fish so vast, it 'bout tore open our nets, but by good fortune they kept stitched. And by a miracle of God, that night we ate 17 fish. Wow, Grandpaw, what an amazing story. Did all of this happen, really? As sure as the stars do shine, little Simon Petey. Did I ever tell you about the time I was almost eaten alive out in the wild by 2 dangerous breed of birds? No, Grandpaw, that one I never have heard. It was 2 enormous fowls, growling and scowling, looking mean and unhinged. They dove down at me, and just as they did, I lifted mine eyes, and poof, there it was, like a prayer answered from God up above. A shield from heaven had dropped into my grips. It was a brilliant, radiant, glorious gift, and it sheltered me from all the predators' attacks, all their bites and picks and pecks and snaps. Grandpaw, how come I've never seen you reveal this magical shield? Well, little Simon Petey, half of the time I keep it concealed. But Grandpaw, this crest sounds like the most blessed gift I have ever heard of. It does not seem right for you to keep it so often out of sight. Well, Simon Petey, you must also know 'tis only in the darkest hours of night that this shield will glow. Have I ever mentioned to you the moment that I knew when I had finally become a man? No, Grandpaw, but hearing you tell that story would be oh so grand. One late summer evening, out for trouble I went looking, and stumbled into far more than I bargained for, when suddenly 2 serpents of a gigantic size appeared like a nightmare right before my eyes. And there was I, paralyzed in peril, alone, facing these devils. And it was in that moment that I dug deep within me and courageously leapt swiftly, snatching one quickly and killing him instantly. I then grappled and wrangled the other snake's head and tail, and I wailed and wrenched its body as it hissed and flailed, and after a short time, the snake finally froze, and I sighed in relief as it gave up the ghost. And at the end of the long struggle, tired from the battle, weakened and rattled, I took rest in a large empty tomb. And as I lay sleeping, over the entrance was moved a stone of tremendous and terrible size, so big 10 men could not move it, even with 10 more if they tried. And after 3 long nights, with I nearing of death, I arose from my slumber and lifted my chest, and my heart sang aloud and began again to pound, And just then appeared an angel in a glowing white gown. And by the mighty grace of God, he rolled the stone away, and I cried out for joy at the sight of a new day.
Aw, Grandpaw, I don't mean to sound suspicious, but isn't that last story the same as that of Jesus? Mommy always tells me that you're joking and fibbing. Are these real-life adventures, or are you just kidding?
Why, of course they are true, Simon Petey. To you I would not lie. The magic is that these stories are happening all of the time.